Hello, everybody. Hello, wow, hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good morning. All right, so this is the last planned um, journey of this series. And this, I was trying to think about, one of the things that I thought was missing from my point of view on this, as I reflected on it, was a through line to it, maybe. But then again, our lives today seem like, for me, it feels like, where is the through line? So maybe that was just indicative of where we are today. So for the next series, whenever that is, I hope I will generate a through line, which I think I will. I think that's going to be key. Okay, so as we are progressing, I pulled, well, let me start off with this. I pulled some cards in the beginning, as I always do. And the time that we're in is in such a huge change of shift. We are, and sometimes I feel so lost in the time shift, in where are we going, what are we doing. And as much as I keep throwing out the intentions, and things are not quite as peaceful for the planet as I keep intending, I go, what? And I get these cards all the time. And I think it's important to remember how powerful we are, even though sometimes we may not feel that powerful and we think, oh my gosh, things are spinning. We're moving into a new place. We're letting go, and I got two letting go cards. So I got walking away from sorrow, and I got a big let go rebirth card with the death card. And I'm like, wow, that is going to take a lot of strength to do that. However, that is just refilling us so that, well, I didn't get an outcome card where we're going, what we're doing, but we are refilling ourselves. And I think especially with these journeys that we go on, when we go into the spiritual side, we are refilling ourselves. So whatever happens in this outside world, it takes a lot of strength. We have that strength. Don't give it up. Don't let it go. As we move to let go of what no longer serves us, to really fill in what does serve us. So today I wanted to look at not so much a recap, but a little bit of a recap. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, and a lot of times we think we're human first. Well, and we kind of are, but really first we are spiritual beings. And so I was thinking of, how do we connect to our spiritual side? When I was growing up, it was church, stand up, sit down, pray these songs that were over and over again. And there was a little sense of community, not a big sense of community in our church. However, maybe it was bigger than I knew at that time. And when I look at that, I go, well, the thing that I kind of was most fascinated with when I was young was the ceremony of it. And in shamanism, it is all about ceremony to get us back in touch with who we are on the spiritual side. In shamanism, we all come together in a circle. We find tapping into earth, and everything is connected, is the medicine that reminds us of who we are. And to steal something from Danielle, when we tap into the medicine of the earth, when we jump into ceremony, that allows us to be more in touch with our spiritual side, which is our ordinary side that we have made unordinary. Which I love that word play a little bit, because that's the ordinary side out there in the ethers. But yet we have, especially these days with logic and science, it's got to be logical. So with this ritual and ceremony, that's the logical step that we take to get us out of our own way, to dance and sing and drum and get quiet in that space so we can hear our guides. So today, I have 3 journeys that we can go on, and if we have extra time, we can make up some more. But what I want to do is drop in and re-meet our power animals again. Go visit them and take a short journey just to get in touch with them. See what they have to say about what we have learned from these 11 sessions, 10 sessions. This is the 11th. And so often I find that I get information and it percolates in this non-ordinary space, and I don't understand what it means or what it does. So let's ask our power animals and or our helping spirits if they can, what we've learned in here. Is there something, how we've grown, has anything changed within us? Just give us some insight. Also, while we're there, let's take some time to see if we get any new strengths coming in. And when I call on strengths, I mean power animals or helping spirits that come in. And this can be, we're going to go into the middle world. And in the middle world, there are elements of the upper world and lower world. So when we travel to these destinations, we always want to go with our power animals and our helping spirits. And so if we travel into the middle world, we can find them above and we can find them below. So we'll find them in this middle world that we go to. Let's see if my glasses, I think my eyes are changing again because I can't find the glasses that work. Okay. Let's see. Okay, and when we're in this journey, to ask our power animals how we did, what did we learn, if anything. Maybe it was just the journey. Maybe it was just being in the quiet, which is good enough. Stopping the chatter and just being in peace and quiet. That's great. But when we go there, and if we do get a new power animal or a new helping spirit, make sure, and we tend to forget this, I do, make sure you introduce yourself. Hi, I'm the ordinary guy, Danny, in this place. What's your name? Just have a conversation with them. What are you here for? Why did you show up? Are you here to help? And so if they give you a yes, then you can continue on in the conversation, whatever it is. But be curious when we go into these journeys, what we see. Ask questions. For me, a lot of times I'm just in awe of I'm seeing, what I'm being shown. And I forget to ask questions because it's just so cool. Okay, so that's going to be the first journey. The second journey is we're going to journey to the rhythm of the land that we live on. So everybody lives in a different space, different cities, and we'll talk about that a little bit more and as we get there. And then the third journey is we're going to jump into the healing dome, and we're going to end there with we're going to have Dragonfly take us to the healing dome, and well, we'll just see what transforms with Dragonfly. Okay. So what are there any questions before we jump into going back to meeting our power animal, our helping spirits, just reconnecting? Okay, so let's open up sacred space, and I invite you guys to, you can close your eyes, you can turn your videos off. I will have my eyes closed. But if you want to close your eyes, and for those people who are watching this on a replay, and if you're driving, open your eyes. Do not do this while you're driving or operating heavy machinery or light machinery. Okay, here we go. As we open up sacred space, we just want to take a deep breath, and we want to honor our ancestors. We want to honor our helping spirits and just be in that space of honor. All that they did before us and all that they will share, we thank you. We want to call in our guides, our power animals that we have worked with in the past, our master teachers, and we can say the names out loud: Jeshua, Saint Germain, Mary, the archangels, whoever that is. The vibration as we say it, as we sing it, as we hum it, as we tone it, brings that energy closer to us. And so as we invite all our guides and angels closer, we honor the four directions: the east with new beginnings, the south with strength, the west with healing, and the north with spirituality. There are power animals associated with each of those directions. We can call on them: eagle, jaguar, bear, white buffalo. And they change and they shift, because sometimes we are not always at the north or the east. And so we allow those power animals, to wherever we are in our life, to step close. We invite any departed loved ones with us to step close. And as we have opened up sacred space, let us feel ourselves and take a couple of deep, slow breaths as we prepare for this journey to meet our power animals again. And if you have a sacred space or a special place that you go to, you can go there. If you want to travel down into the lower world to meet your power animal, you can do that too. Just go down the big redwood tree, down into the roots. Or you could just go to the middle world. You could go to the upper world. We have that Merkaba that we used that just took us. We can use that today too. That Merkaba that we used last week. And as we feel ourselves breathing in our chairs, in our rooms, slow, deep breaths, we feel ourselves getting lighter and brighter. And we notice something below us. And it is our unordinary bodies. And we find ourselves in our ordinary spirit bodies. And we walk out the door through a mist, and we come to the familiar cloakroom. And we look over all of the cloaks that we used on all the different journeys. And we find one that is calling to us, that makes us feel, gives us that special sense, that feeling. Spiritual side is looking good. Feel the robe, feel how it feels on you, what it gives us. And as we see the other door going out to this beautiful place in nature open up, we walk through a thin mist, cleansing mist, egoless, judgmental-less, and we walk on this path, and we're going to a place in nature to reconnect with our power animals. Our power animal may already be there with us, but we're going to go to the quiet place where we can have a conversation. But as we walk down this path, pay attention to our senses. Ask them to come alive. Ask them to be enhanced, feeling, seeing, smelling, knowing, touching, hearing. Pay attention to the hidden folk. And as we go down this path to this place that we've been to before, where we go to in our mind's eye to be quiet, to listen to our strengths, we find this clearing where we always go, where we always sit or lay down. Take a fresh look at this clearing. Are the grasses tall? Is it desert? Is it ocean? Sky? And as we sit, as we are in this space, we invite our power animal to share with us. And if your power animal isn't there, invite your power animal. Step close. Maybe they brought a new strength, a new power animal, a new awareness with them. But let's sit and talk to our power animal or our helping spirit. Ask if there is a message that we got during these 10 sessions that we're not aware of. Or ask just to sit with our power animal. I'm going to be quiet while we have that conversation. Pay attention to see if there is a new power animal for you. Did one show up? Is one waiting to be invited into the circle? Now it's time to get back on the path. Head up the path, back into the room. And you can leave your robe on if you choose to. We are just going to go into this unordinary, the reality for a brief moment to jot some notes down. And we find ourselves walking through the doors, back into our chairs. And we find our pens to jot down a few things. New power animal, any information that you may get so you don't forget. And so this is a very short pit stop, so to speak. And as you finish writing up, we are going to go to the rhythm of the land that we live in. Let's honor that space where our dwelling sits, where we walk out to our gardens. Some people don't have gardens, they live in cities. Some people live by the ocean, some people live in desert. And each one of those has a different rhythm. And it's important for us on this journey to be in connection with that rhythm so we can hear what our land is saying. Are we in sync with our personal rhythm of our lands? So we want to meet the spirit of the land that we live on. We want to meet our helping ancestors of the land that we live on. Feel the rhythm of the nature beings that are in that land, on that land. And we ask them to step close as we take another deep breath and gently rise above. We walk through the door, through the mist. Again, it cleans us of our ego. If we want to take another robe, we can exchange it. There's no judgment. Whatever we want to do. And as we walk out of the cloakroom, feeling our robe around us, it feels like the land that we live on. We don't have to go far. And we want to meet up with a power animal, the spirits, the guides that are on the land that we live on. Feel the rhythm, the breath of that land. I'm going to be quiet while I drum. How does your personal power animal interact with the spirits of the land? How do the hidden folk and the elementals react to seeing you? Introduce yourself if you haven't already. Ask the spirits of the land if they want you to do anything for their rhythms. What can you do to help, to comfort, to heal? And there's always a secret place. We have secrets. Sometimes we let them out. And the land has secrets. Ask your spirit of the land, your helping spirits. Ask if you can see a secret of the land that you live on. Every so often when we are on our land, we notice something we've never noticed before. Or something new comes into our space. Or something old. And here we notice a dragonfly. And instinctively we hear intuitively, telepathically. It wants to take us on a journey. We thank the spirits, the animals, the hidden folk of our land, the land that we live on. And as always, in our robes, we have a gift. And we offer the spirit of the land a gift. They may offer us a gift. And the dragonfly says, "Follow me." And as we follow the dragonfly down this path, magical path, we see fays and fairies and hidden folk dancing. It's magic. And up ahead are numerous dragonflies around a well. And as we get closer to this well, we see dragonflies diving down into this well. It is the healing well of Mother Earth. No need to be afraid. We've been in water before. We know how to navigate. And we follow the dragonfly down the well. We feel the water rushing all around us. Watch the color of the water, the feel of it, permeating our skin, cleansing us. And dragonfly takes us to a place of transformation and healing. Where we get to shed some of the old and bring in some of the new. This is the healing waters of Mother Earth. Let us just float. Let us be transformed. Let us be healed. something pulls on your awareness a little bit. You notice there is something stuck that is being pulled away from you. It is a helping spirit, a healing dome, hidden folk, healing well, hidden folk. And it's pulling and removing a past fear. Something that maybe we try to hold on to too tight. Something that is not allowing us to move forward. And it feels like it's a band-aid being pulled off. But it's stuck. And then it gets ripped off. Gently, fast. And the wound gets replaced by aquatic healing beings full of love and light. And those little aquatic healing beings, however you imagine them, that cover that wound, are now encompassing you with love and light and happiness and peace. Ever so gently, those sprites, those helping, cleaning, loving energy gently lifts us from the well as we go up, as we go up, renewed, refreshed, and we find ourselves out of the well, dragonfly says, "Good job." And we find ourselves back on the path. And we start up the path again, following dragonfly. Past the spirits where we met, the spirits of our land. Back back up the path into our room, the familiar cloakroom. And we find our egos hanging. There's some of those water sprites on there. Slip off our robe, slip on our egos. With those healing energies still attached. And we slip through the door into our unordinary reality of human 3D life. And we slowly breathe, become aware of our surroundings, ever so slowly. We take a deep breath. And we slowly come back, wiggling fingers, toes. Open our eyes when we are ready and jot down anything you wish to remember.